Hey, happy Wednesday. I think you should be able to hear me now, okay? Please, God willing. Hi. So sorry about that. Yes, perfect. Finally. So, something to do with, like Jean said, that intro thing and me switching from that to this. So, I'll just have to scrap that. But thank you anyway for your patience and for coming back. I'm so glad that we're here. Thanks again for. I know this is a little bit later than usual, but I'll be back to the normal schedule after today. But happy Wednesday. Thank you all for being here. I hope you're all well. So let's get to it. You've been patient enough. I'm using the holographic Rider-Waite tarot today. So am I right, Jean? Were you like one? Oh, you've brought a 3-card reading. Okay, Janovi. So let's kick off with that. I'm just going to head over to the bookings, and then I'll come back to you, and then we'll go to the 1-card free readings as usual. So I'm just going to check out Janovi's question, if you just bear with me, guys. And thanks, Janovi, for your booking. Okay, I've got your question there, Janavi. Hey, Sunsills. Yeah, just pop your Jean's like 2. So anyway, I'll go back to the free readings once I've done Janavi's. So sorry, I know it's because we've had so many restarts but I'll get through everyone. Hey, motivation. Okay, Janavi, so take a deep breath, center yourself, and be open to the messages that Spirit wants you to hear regarding your question. Thank you, Janavi. Awesome. Okay. The Sun, Major Arcana, happiness, joy, pleased. Obviously, I'll go into these deeper. 2 of Cups, soulmate connection, feeling connected. Knight of Wands. Don't often read reversals, but I am going to take it into consideration this time because Knight of Wands is obviously action, coming forward, movement, that kind of energy, but it's challenged. Cups every time, yeah. So there is happiness really here. There's no denying that with the Sun. It's a very straightforward card. Major arcanas often come with a powerful yet simple message, if that makes sense. And the Sun, so it's just joy, happiness, a good feeling. So I know obviously the response that you've had has been one of resistance, yeah. It's almost like um there's a little bit of frustration and anger there that are picked up on from that response as well. As in like that it's stirring up emotions. Um Two of Cups, a reminder really of his feelings, of this connection, and something that I think that he is, um, obviously causes him trouble, causes him their feelings that he doesn't really want to feel. But the question being, how did he feel about the situation? It was a feeling of joy. It was a reminder of your connection and this soul connection, which is really interesting. Very, very clear message there. Yeah. That double whammy of those cards. And then we have this Knight of Wands, which, like I say, is about forward movement. It's fire, it's action, it's taking movement. But it was reversed. So there's some kind of stagnation in that. Does that mean that let's just ask one final card, does it mean that that won't happen? Or does it just mean that there'll be some challenges? It could come slower than what you'd want, like for him to take steps towards you. Or Spirit, why Knight of Wands? Spirit, why the Knight of Wands? Seven of Swords, trying to go under the radar, trying to sneak past feelings, trying to kind of just almost wanting this just to go away, because it churns up feelings of emotions that conflict with decisions that he's made in his current situation. Yeah, exactly. Looks like he focused more on what we share emotionally. I see it exactly that, like bringing up, how I see it, yeah, is that it brought up emotions for him. The action card, yeah, was still reversed, so there's still some resistance and challenge there. And the Seven of Swords, in this reading, Janabi, I'm seeing it as being avoidant. We've seen a lot of this, yeah, of avoidance in his character, of not facing up to things, and not. So I think this whole situation, the most recent thing, of this, and this is why he's, when we say avoidant, rejecting, how he's just going, no, like I'm not, it's almost a childish rejection as well. Like in a way, if he didn't want to, he could just say, yeah, send it here. And that would be less combative. Because the friend obviously expressed that the reasons why you wanted to send this. So why make a bigger deal of it in some ways? He already knows from the past that you didn't want to do that because he said that before, yeah? So he's being combative, he's being resistant, he's kind of being a bit overreactive. Like if it was me, if I genuinely just wanted it to kind of, anyone would, you'd just go, yeah, just send it here. If it's that important, but he's causing conflict and resistance. So some interesting energies there. Mixed, like you say, is always a lot with him. The emotion and the practical, or the mind and the heart, there being a split there. Yeah, he's still through fighting you, he's still dragging this out as well. You're very welcome. If anyone else would like the pinned comment as well, if anyone would like a more in-depth reading, so that's what I've done for Janavi there, and it also brings you a Q-jump. I think most of the people here know that, for anyone new here. And just as a reminder, and I also do private readings, so if that's something that you would be interested in, the link is also in that link pop in the pinned comment and in my bio. I think the universe has a plan. It needs to face on face. Yeah, can't seem escaping. He's a man divided at the moment, Janavi. Okay, Jean, whatever message I need to hear. Absolutely. Spirit, please bring a message through for Jean. What does she need to hear today, please, Spirit? Jumping out. King of Swords. This is someone else's energy. So coming into the picture, it can be current energies, can be near future. Tell you what resonates, Jean. This is often this is an air sign. So we're looking at Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone who is a straight talker, quite direct. Head rules them over their heart. Now, remind me about this. I feel like this could be romance, love connection, Jean. Someone of influence in this area. This is someone who can be quite reserved, but what they've got to say, it's almost like that they don't talk unless they've got something. Oh, here we go. So this is them. So if this resonates with their character, they can be quite careful with their words. They have almost like a distance about them. That's just their character. It's not that they're just not a warm and fuzzy character. Yeah. There's someone who likes to be logical, strategic, and they're quite careful about what they say and when they say it. So when they've got something to say, it's quite thought out and important. King energy as well, it kind of brings boss energy, so they could be quite established in who they are and what they do. They know themselves, they're sort of comfortable in their own skin to an extent. This is who they are. There isn't going to be much change. So I see them coming into the picture, Jean. So if you're waiting on an Aquarius, I believe. So this is them, this is their energy. So they've come through, which is interesting. So you could expect to hear from them, some movement from them. I don't know if you're in completely no contact or if there's some conversation, but expect to see a shift with them. You're welcome. Hey, Scorpio. Hi, Ivo. Complete no contact. Okay. So that could change then. Sun cells. I'm just going to call you Sun because I'm never quite sure the pronunciation. Thank you, Janavi. Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, just pop your like in the chat, Jasmine. Thanks, Sun. So, okay, I was just going to say about your health because I don't do health like medical, for obvious reasons, like medical, pregnancy, or legal. But obviously, if you're having struggles, you've been feeling tired for some time, like drained, emotionally, mentally drained. Let's see what guidance comes through. Four of Pentacles. This card, I always feel like the Four of Pentacles is a sort of beneath the surface of this card, the surface level sun is. So yeah, let's not rule out that this could just be physical, because sometimes a lot of, physical problems, isn't it, that can make you feel like that you're mentally struggling. So, that could be the case. And obviously that's great that you're going to see the doctor as well to rule that out. Because that can give us feelings of anxiety and things like that. But going from this card, so Four of Pentacles is about holding on too tightly to a situation. It can often be that you're coming from a place of underlying, sort of deep down, that there's a lot of fear. About It's about holding on to your security. So this kind of, if you've had a lot of ups and downs, maybe throughout your life or in the recent past, and you're trying to find like a baseline of security, yeah. And it's very natural to feel like, I'm going to hold on to this security that I have, but with that, which is absolutely fine, but it's, be mindful with this card not to shrink our lives too much and our way of thinking. And it's about continuing to, I suppose, ask for more. If there's something about your situation that is making you unhappy, and it's something that maybe that you've outgrown. Okay, so a lot of disruption. Page of Wands drawn to this at the bottom of the deck as well, which is about assessing your situation. And this is about being able to plan for the future, but just in the assessment period, so not necessarily making moves. Do you feel more settled where you are now, Sunlight? Do you feel like that are you still in flux of, because this card is about finding that baseline of security, okay? And then essentially not getting stuck there. If that resonates, because it's like if you've had ups and downs, it's understandable that they kind of becomes a lack mentality. And there's a lot of fear that comes in of obviously losing what you have. Something that's come through from spirit, yeah. So you do feel like you're starting to settle. So this is probably future energies further down the line, because essentially find this baseline first. Go easy on yourself. You maybe think, it sounds like it's understandable that you would feel stressed, yeah, and feel tired if you've had a really turbulent time. Like, there's nothing wrong with you, yeah. That's completely natural and completely normal. If you've been through a lot of period of stress, it sounds like it has been circumstantial. It's not something, if everything sort of feels like it's okay and it's a you problem, this sounds like that it is circumstantial. So just focus on finding this baseline of security, and when the time is right, yeah, then we can reassess the future, okay, and begin to look to the future. But first, you can't do that when you're in survival mode. So I hope that helps. It's almost like it sounds like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself too, when you haven't even got that baseline of security yet. Try to find that first, and then once that's established, then you can start to look to the future. I hope that resonates, offered you some kind of comfort. Thanks, Motivation, for just messaging, and Janavi. So guys, anyone new here, if you just to check that everyone's on the same page, if you're new, just subscribe, pop your like in the chat, you'll be added to the list. hold your questions until you're called. Um, thank you, motivation. Um, and like question, or I will just have to mute you from the chat because it's too disruptive for everyone. But you know, if you want a guaranteed reading and you want a queue jump, then the link is in the pinned comment, and that gives you a guaranteed in-depth reading and takes priority. Okay. Thanks, Motivation and Janavi, for your help. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have Eno, if you're still here, my dear. So if just hold your questions until I call you. If I do call you and you're not here, then you will be skipped as well. Yes, I've got my little Christmas set up here, Jean, and my new table cover. I think Eno might have gone. So one last call out for Eno. If not, I want to keep it moving. So I'll go back to list, which is Cameo. If you've got your question, so everyone, so we know the order of if you have your questions ready. We've got Cameo, and then we've got Izzy, and then we've got Motivation. That's the next three. Hi, Cameo. Just put your question in the chat. Thank you. Oh, well, it's really appreciated, Narvi. Thank you, though. Thanks, Jean. It took me a long time to pick it out. Thanks, Cameo. What I should forward, I think that maybe you mean focus for the next 3 months. Jobs, so career. List is still open, lovely day, yes. Okay, Cameo. What's coming the next 3 months? So in Korea. Oh, jumping out. I sounded so shocked. Oh, this just came out for the last person, but obviously it's different for everyone. For each card is different. I hope this isn't too reflective there. So Cameo, I would say for you in this reading in the 3 months, this is about breaking out of your comfort zone as much as possible. So this is again about financial security, which obviously don't in any way, not suggesting to put that at risk, but is there a way that you can, in order to really have financial gain and to open the doorway to more abundance, Cameo, okay? There is the need for calculated risk here. So don't hold on too tightly so this could be maybe a change in career, looking at different companies. If you feel now, wherever you're working, if you are working at the moment, do you feel like there's space for expansion there? So are you working at the moment, Camille, just so I can check in? So what I would say, so you are with this, in order to, like I say, allow more abundance in and to say go on to more coins. Yeah, the aim is like the 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. That's the dream, that's success, that's total financial freedom and security. Yeah, if that's your goal, I imagine it will be. Then there's some kind of risk and coming out of your comfort shell when we see comfort. Sorry, your comfort, breaking out of your shell, coming out of your comfort zone. That's the word that I'm looking for. So maybe this is exploring other avenues. Do you feel like that you can explore and expand where you are? Or do you need to go elsewhere for opportunities? This is about questioning that and not just staying where you are in one place. This person is kind of stuck in a way, and has a tendency maybe to hold on too tight. So there's something about expansion needs to happen here in order for you to expand your finances essentially and career goals. So I hope that resonated. Hey Danny, I'm glad that you made it. How is this time for everyone? Is it any time better for the regulars here? Does it make much difference for, say, 1 p.m. GMT or 3 p.m. GMT? It'd be good to get that feedback. I don't know if it makes any difference to you guys. Perfect motivation. Thank you so much. So we have Izzy, if you're still here. What's coming in, love? Are you in a relationship, Izzy? Are you single? The more I know about your situation, the more personal reading I can give you, essentially. You like earlier, Jean, yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Single, is he? Okay. Okay. 10 of Swords. This talks about, this is the end of a cycle, is he? Okay. This talks about some pain, yeah. So from past love experiences. Now, this could be someone in particular. Take what resonates here from your past. It's really can be a card of betrayal. This, it's almost like one of those times when our worst fears materialize. Now, this is what's happened in the past, so don't worry about that. This is what's coming, because what comes after the 10 is the Ace. Now, with the 10 of Swords, there is closure on this situation. So I feel like things are on the up after this. It could be that there's still a few things to psychically and emotionally tie up loose ends. So I don't know if you feel connected to someone energetically still who's caused you pain in the past. It could still be lingering. Their energy could still be lingering with you. Either or, yeah, that someone's clinging to you, or there's still, even if you mentally want to be free of them and it's done and it is over, but there's still some kind of lingering connection there. Those energies are cycling out. You're at the final stages of this when we get to the 10, okay? Difficult path, difficult journey, coming to an end. Yeah, what comes after the 10 is an Ace. So it's a new beginning, a fresh start, new connections with people. So it could be the Ace of Cups that comes next, which is love and romance. It could be Ace of Wands, which is a strong physical attraction and some spark of attraction. Any of the aces is good energy. It's a new cycle, it's movement, it's a fresh start that you've been, and a fresh connection, Izzy. So it is on its way to you. Just this, if you're thinking maybe if you've had a period of stagnation, it's because this energy is still closed out. Could be the final stages of healing for you. So focus on that as well, so that you don't bring it forward with you. Jean, I usually work, so signing on earlier is easier. Sure thing. Yeah. It's just good to hear what if it makes any difference to Jean. So thank you for letting me know. Motivation, thank you. What blessing is on its way this November with me and Smith for love connection? Awesome. Let's see. I'll take that. Oh, look at this. Lovely. Cups. Celebration of some kind, motivation. This is always a very social card to me as well, motivation. So I don't know if there is a gathering that's on the cards, or it can be an invitation. This is positive, going in the right direction, movement, raising a glass. So this is what sometimes makes me think of that it's social, a social gathering, and you and him being together. Our gathering is happening in December, wanting to go too. Awesome. So this is promising sign here, because this is like gives me party atmosphere. We've got the pumpkin here as well, so this is like autumnal timing as well, which we're in. I've forgotten when the officially winter starts, but either way, we're in the right season for this to be happening. Yeah, so there's some joy. It's quite light-hearted. I feel like there isn't any heavy energies around this connection during this period, the upcoming period. So that's really nice to see. I don't know if you have obviously I imagine that if you've got a social gathering happening, that you'll have mutual friends as well. And if that's how you, yeah, thank you, Jean. I think that's right. So yeah, light-hearted energy, almost just a chance to really enjoy each other's company. Out in the world, out having a festive period. And maybe that's been lacking. Maybe that's I know there's been sort of challenges, hasn't there, in stagnation, and this feels like there's a bit more of a light-hearted and sense of flow and eagerness here. So really nice energy actually there. So keep us posted. That's great to hear that now it's better. So that looks to be continuing. Cups is always about emotional fulfillment. Yeah, getting our cups filled. Nat, are you here, my dear? So next up, guys, if you motivation is very kindly posting the list. So if you just want to have your questions ready for when I call you, that would be perfect. Thank you, Nat. My friend or past boyfriend David, yeah, just reached out to hang out soon. Oh, exciting. What's the energy around this? Let's have a look, Nat. Hey, Eco. What's the energy surrounding this hangout? I feel like this is his energy. It comes through to me different, obviously, every time with this card, but I feel like this is his energy. So he feels pretty motivated, yeah, to make this happen. This is David's energy. So his idea, his vision even of what he wants, which is a deeper connection with you, Nat. It's a major arcana as well. So that's quite a significant energy. So I don't know if you're feeling that connection. I know there's obviously history there, but from way past. Um, but I feel like there's a real intention here from him this time around. There's all these tools in a way to make that happen laid out in front of him to bring this vision into a reality. I feel like all this greenery as well that I see is that there has been some growth in him as a person, which has been happening behind the scenes privately, whatever he's been through. And there's a mature energy here about him. But the main thing that I'm hearing is intent. It's like on repeat, intent, intent. There is an intention here. So this feels good energy, something that they want to make happen and quite determined. So if you're open to it, see where it goes, because it feels genuine what they're bringing to the table. It's a clear message, yeah. Ah, of course. Thanks, Janavi. Because I've had too many false starts, didn't I? Silly me. Thanks, Janavi. What a noodle. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to go live this way. I'm not going to use that. What do you call it? It was like an app that you go live with. That's not the right word. App. Right. Here's the link, everyone, if anyone wants a more in-depth reading, and then that'll inform people who are new here as well. Thanks, Janavi. Thank you, Aniket. What's coming towards you? You're welcome, Nat, by the way. Aniket, what's coming towards you? We've got lots of major arcanas today. Judgment. This is quite a karmic card, Aniket. So it's about judgment is about reaping what you sow. So this is often refers to a situation where you're waiting on an outcome about feeling some kind of injustice. So someone or a situation, a company or a loved one, take what resonates with this. It's about feeling like a sense of injustice and judgment. So this is the karmic judgment moment of reaping what you sow. So whatever in the past, if you've made the right decision, or you've put the work in, it's about having some kind of reward from that. Yeah, about things turning in your favor ultimately, like when things have felt in the past, maybe like, why am I putting all this work in, for example? So I hope this resonates, Aniket. Yeah, why am I putting all this work into the situation, and that person over there who doesn't seem to be, who just seems to get an easy ride, has got much more success than me, that kind of energy. Or it can go deeper and like a betrayal, someone's really let you down and it's felt unfair for a long time, and this is it finally coming right, and the call of judgment, that karmic call of judgment. So a good outcome for you, Aniket, that you've maybe I imagine this, because it's a major arcana, it's quite heavy energies, so something that's been going on for maybe a long time. This is could be currently happening or coming through in the near future. Reaping what you sow with that. Ivo, I know sometimes you just like to listen, but if you do have a question, please pop it in the chat if you're still here. But no worries if not. Devea, thanks for joining us. If you just want to see the pinned comment, if you'd like a reading. No question today, no problem. So guys, just have your question ready. We have Scorpio, 1111, Judite, and then Jasmine. So when I call you, if you just have your question ready. So we have Scorpio, 1111, if you're still here, I hope. Maybe not. Judite, are you here, my dear? Maybe we've lost a few people in probably all those restarts that I had. Jasmine? Nettie? Daruv? That's so true. And I knew it reminded me of something, Janavi. Yeah, I think it was all those restarts, Jean. A few people probably lost hope with me. No, understandably. Anne, thanks for letting me know, Aisha. Oh, Anne, yay, she's here. Someone is here. How will I recognize my future spouse when I meet him? Oof, that's a tricky question, Anne. I don't know if the tarot will be able to answer that. I imagine let's see what it says if we can. Two of Cups. This is maybe not the answer that you want to hear. I mean, it's a nice message, and because it says that they are out there. But I really feel like it's that you'll know it on an emotional level. Having a sense of a deep understanding between you, this mutual exchange, yeah. So there's not necessarily that I wondered if spirit would come through with characteristics, etc., stuff like that. But spirit has come through with that it's a feeling, yeah. They are out there. Two of Cups is soulmate energy. It is the card about soulmate. So your future partner, which tells me something about you as well, that this is what you want. Other people have different reasons for marrying or for staying with people, but I feel like that for you, it is about the emotional side of things that is that takes top priority, yeah, and that this it is for this person too as well. This is meeting your match. This is having that deep understanding, a deep connection. So it's really not given me characteristics yet about who specifically this person is, but more so that it would be a strong knowing and a strong feeling in you and mirrored back to you as well. Look how matched these people are. The depth of emotion is felt both ways, but it's a deep knowing, which maybe you could get from early on from connecting with someone, or it might be a feeling that grows. But emotional happiness and that emotional connection is like the top priority of this relationship, and that's what will sort of win out. Yeah, so it's a nice message. It's a beautiful message, actually. It's hearing like it will be a deep knowing. You won't need to question it when it happens. So maybe it's a bit like no doubt as well. There won't be questions or doubt. What a lovely, are you here? So we've got, you're welcome, Anne. What a lovely, Sonia. Thanks, Aisha. I think you will be next. Pop your question in the chat, Aisha. Poor Aisha. I feel like you're always reminding me as well. Says energy for you. Okay. Ah, thanks for the extra info, Aisha. We are in arranged marriage. We haven't met or spoken. Wow, okay, but I want to know his energies and thoughts. It's motivation. I did do the call out and it was skipped, Nettie. So it was on the previous list, Nettie. We've exchanged photos and parents are talking. Okay. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Jasmine. Yes, that's true, actually. Or is this another Jasmine? Oh, I'm lost. Anyway, I'll focus on the questions. Ignore me. Aisha. Okay, so let's see where Zaid's at with regards to this. Whoa. Happy feelings, Aisha. This came through earlier, yeah. A celebration. So I feel like feeling happy and positive, definitely, Aisha, about as much as he knows now. We see this again, raising a cup in that, which represents, cups in here is about our emotions and our feelings and being uplifted and that sense of joy, and really like a sort of internal celebration is what I'm feeling, Aisha. So happy, some excitement here. Um some excitement here, Aisha. So very positive start, off to a good start. They're feeling good about it. They're feeling happy with how things are so far. And like I say, a sense of joy and a sense of excitement about this moving forward. Again, this kind of timeline. So hopefully you'll get to actually. Are you confused? Oh, I'm confused now. So yeah, good vibes from them. Does that make sense, Aisha? Good stuff. So definitely positive on their side. I don't know how you feel, but definitely good vibes on their side. They're excited. Okay. Danny, are you still here, my dear? Thanks, motivation, for keeping so on it. Hi, Naresh. If you can just take notes, so please don't spam the chat. Danny, she might have had to go. Danny, are you here? Maybe she had to go. No, I don't read reversals, Janavi. I just never have. It's not something, unless I feel called to. So all that reversals tend to mean to me is the same really message. And I suppose because I'm an intuitive reader as well, so I just prefer to look at the image and see what I'm drawn to within the image, and also that I get messages that come through, so repetitive sentences or thoughts, things like that. Yeah, I think it's because I'm an intuitive reader. If I feel like say with your reading, that reversal stood out to me intuitively and sort of struck a chord, so I would mention it then. So Eco 7, we've got Anna, Eco 7, Devea. Thank you, Eco 7. General read on my 14-year-old eldest daughter, please. Sure thing, Eco. Are they having a struggle? Is there any area? And just see what comes through. But if you, we talked about it yesterday, didn't we? About the school, the move potentially. Someone was coming through to help with the situation. Is that right? Let's see what comes through today. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. What's that? This is an offering. So whenever we see an ace, this is an offering that represents a new beginning. Can we see here in the background here? This is some kind of gateway opening up to her. opportunity, movement. Pentacles is ruled by the element of earth. So this is more practical side of life, yeah. So obviously being 14, this can be like school related again, or it can be it's circumstantial sort of situations, but it's grounded in earth, yeah. um so I don't know if she's been working towards a certain goal, if you've been waiting on movement with the situation, news and opportunity. We see this palm obviously coming out, presenting with this represented by this coin. So yeah, it's a new beginning. Now with Pentacles energy as well, it's genuine, it's kind of can be slow moving, but not, that's not a bad thing. That just means that it's genuine, grounded kind of energy. So it's not, doesn't just sort of come in fast and leave fast. Yeah, sometimes with the elements of air and fire, there's a lot going on, and then suddenly it's like poof, then it's all there seems to be a lot of movement, and then nothing actually really happened. When it's Pentacles, it's like this is an opportunity that you can depend on that would take you somewhere. So take what resonates with what this would mean. You may have a particular goal, or I guess it could be something out of the blue that you didn't expect. But I would say the message being, when it is presented to you, it's something that can be trusted and it holds potential. Yeah, it can open gateways to what comes after the Ace of Pentacles, that growth, opportunity, so it can grow, it can take her down a certain road. So nice energy there. Devea, thanks again for the list. You're welcome, Eco. Devea, Jasmine, I think Jasmine's still here. Hey Jasmine. Art and Devea is here as well. Okay, I'm just going to read it in order, guys. So Jasmine, and then I'll do Devea. So thanks for just holding on there. Jasmine, this is for you. What are my guides advising me to do to keep myself busy until this new relationship comes? Okay, that's a cool question. So what do you do now whilst you're waiting for the next connection? Yeah. I feel like we've all been there, haven't we? We feel ready for the connection, but it's not coming. So what do we do? Major Arcana, the Lovers. You may not have to wait that long, Jasmine. So the question being, how do you keep yourself busy? Well, like I say, you might not have to be waiting too long, because the Lovers card is this strong, powerful connection that is on its way to you. I feel like, can you take comfort? It's not really about being busy, keeping yourself busy. It's about taking comfort in knowing that it is on its way to you. This is the reassuring card. That person is in your energetic field. Do you feel like you know who this is, or does this feel new to you? Tell you what resonates with that, okay? Okay. So you can meditate on that, you can visualize on that. That's some practical things of being open to receiving, Jasmine, to speed things up on if you want it to come quickly, as quick as possible. But this connection is maybe as well because you already know this connection is already been made. That as well, when we see the Lovers card, this is a deep connection. So maybe those seeds and that connection, the seeds are being planted, the connection is already there. So it's almost like it's arrived, but it just needs to come into fruition. So this is really a card of trust. This is a message for all of us as well, with our desires, and that if you feel that sense of longing, it's trying to catch yourself in that moment and trust, yeah, that it will happen, and try to emotionally take yourself to that place of having that feeling. So being with this person, how would you feel different to how you are now? Having that dream job, having no money worries, having total financial security, you know, whatever your longing is for, how would it emotionally feel? How would you feel different if you had that in this second? And then trying to stay in that place and don't look at the 3D. Try to tune that out. Just allow it to be there, peripheral view, and try to sit in this feeling. So yeah, you already know who they are. The connection's already made. So just trust in that, Jasmine. That's what you do from now until when it comes into the 3D. You just sit in that trust, and then try to emotionally put yourself in that feeling as well of what having it would be like. How would you be different? So Devea, advice about moving to sea. Sure thing, let's go. I'm glad that resonated, Jasmine. It was a nice message to come through for you there. Advice for Devea about this move. Spirit, tell me about this move. Ace of Swords is about getting clarity on this situation, Devea. So tell you what resonates with this, because you may be waiting for it to come through, as in it's not dependent on you getting clear about it. Like you may be waiting on information. So that's that information coming through, which will give you clarity. Or a couple of messages. It could be that you need to get clearer about this, Devea. Do you feel clear about this move? About getting very honest with yourself, yeah? Having it's about speaking your truth, it's about communication, it's about cutting to the heart of the matter. Are you sitting on the fence about this, you know? So is it about you getting clear, or you might be waiting on some information to make it clear for you, if that makes sense? So tell what resonates with this. But it's like it needs to start here before anything can shift. This Ace of Swords energy has to happen. Okay, Devea? So getting real about the situation, taking a deep dive on exactly what this move would make, getting clarity. Thanks, Motivation and Janavi. Thank you for your booking. I'll just go and check that out. Um, and read your question. Just hang fire, guys. Okay. Okay, this is for Janavi, who has booked an in-depth reading. So just take a moment again, Janavi, to center yourself and be open to these messages. Let's see what comes through. We're looking at Akshay and what is likely actions, and if you'll find the courage. I want to say yes, just when I see this. I always say this, I don't do yes, no's, but then sometimes the cards say yes. Because all these cards, I'll go through them individually. But we've got the hard work and the effort that is needed here to break this karmic ties and to put the work in. Starting off with this Eight of Pentacles. This card is all about hard work, really like digging deep, yeah. And this to me is like the inner work, the emotional work, needing to really, like some people just have that grit and some people don't. We're all on a journey. I get that, right? But some people just have that ability to and that drive. And I'm seeing that grit in him because a lot of the time we get flip-flop energy from Akshay, and I feel like that he is quite sensitive by nature actually, and feels quite torn up inside, and gets in his head a lot. But at the sort of on a deeper level, there is this grit and intention to put the work in, and he wants to create a good life for himself, yeah. And he wants to have the real deal, the real connection, which is this 10 of Pentacles, which is about having it all. And at the minute he's having that sacrifice of not having it all, having a relationship, a marriage that is transactional. 10 of Pentacles is about not sacrificing your dreams. So being able to, your version, it differs for everyone, but what's your version of having it all? So that success, it's about that family unit for a lot of people, or just having a strong connection with someone here. So that real relationship, though, it's all based in reality as well. It's all based in work and effort, because these cards which are ruled by Earth, Financial success is also here as well, so they may have a very strong work ethic. That can just be another aspect of this as well, and that will help them in this situation. That can be a turning point in this journey as well. So maybe through work that they can gain independence, if that makes sense. So he won't be as dependent in this marriage, in this connection, and they can financially get security and work their way out of it towards this as well. And then at the very center, not to be forgotten, we have the Knight of Swords, which is this movement and action. So this is change, movement, information coming through. Swords, again, as we know, is about communication, truth, honesty, getting to that point as well of like really reaching your limits. So there is I feel like I've felt this before with his energy as well, that there is a turning point of a level of dishonesty that only he can take, if that makes sense. There's only so much dishonesty in his own life, in his own situation, that he'll be able to take, and there will be a breaking point. And this is really that kind of breakthrough, breaking out, charging forward, this action. So all of these cards are very intentional, very prosperous is the word as well. There isn't really there's not one negative card in this spread here that flies in the face. It's all very unified. It's all has the same message ultimately about intention, hard work. Maybe this is particularly where he's at now, because I imagine that he will be focusing on work quite a lot. Maybe he has a plan behind the scenes to gain more independence. A solid plan, exactly. A solid plan. Okay. Thanks, Janavi, for that booking. Kristen, are you still here, my dear? Thanks, Kristen. What's coming in, love, for me? This is what he's been lacking all along. Yeah, that kind of grit. There was a lot of grit in that reading, if that translates for everyone. You're welcome, Janavi. Kristen, what's coming in love? Whew. Yeah, if I just hopefully I can get through these readings, Janavi, and then at the end I will have time. So, Kristen, this is for you. What's coming in love for me? Spirit, what is coming next in love for Kristen? Ah, the Emperor is coming, Kristen. Major Arcana, this is someone's energy, yeah? This is giving us a clear depiction of someone coming through and their character. Now, tell what resonates with this, as in if you feel like you recognize this person when I go through how they are. Thank you, motivation. The Emperor is someone who, so they bring boss energy, okay? They are mature in their spirit, like what I'm hearing, like that old soul energy. They could be older in age, older than you as well, or it could just be, let's say, in that like an old soul. Someone who as well likes to be in control of the situation. So they're really fantastic at what they do, often can be quite career orientated, be in a position maybe of power even, because emperor is that kind of highest level. When we see the empress, she combines all the queens in the deck. The emperor combines all the kings. So it's a powerful combination, some with a lot of personal power. So they come across, they're quite a tough character, yeah. But there's some with a lot of fantastic qualities, someone who could really bring a lot to the table. They could come across as quite reserved, quite tough, almost like that King of Swords energy, but intensified in some way. So this is someone what's coming next in love, Kristen. Like I say, it might resonate with who they are as a person. So you might, these characteristics you might recognize, or it could be someone entirely new if this doesn't sound like someone that you already know in your energetic field. But it could be a very interesting connection. Someone who isn't messing around, yeah? They will mean what they say and be someone that you could rely on. Naresh, are you still here, my dear? Eric? Naresh, Eric? Hey, Naresh. What's your question, please, Naresh? Just put your question in the chat, and then I'll read for, I'm going to bring these hidden oracle cards into the chat. So Janavi has asked for this. So these are quite the different oracle readings. So if anyone wants to, can have a sort of short little 5 minutes quick fire session round if you've got a love question, and I can pull a card for you. So motivation, if you want one as well, just in thanks to your help today. I'll read for Naresh. Current feelings on Naresh. So Naresh, this person is currently in a place of assessing the situation. Naresh, can you see how this person here is looking at this wand here, which represents this connection between you? Now, wands is ruled by the element of fire. So there is attraction here, physical attraction, there is passion here, there is feelings surrounding the heart's desires, okay? So they're taking this a pause, I would say. So I don't know what situation, if you've had, how this manifests, I guess, to you. But it's almost like a pause of stillness, but they are looking to the future. How would this work? What would being together look like? But kind of planning really for the future, what works, what doesn't, almost being quite critical, but not in a overly negative or critical way, but the more thinking deeply about it, and trying to formulate a plan, trying to formulate an understanding of their emotions, and understanding this connection. But very much when we see this page, it's about that they are thinking about the future of this connection. So hopefully that will offer you some reassurance if you're having doubts, or if maybe it's not clear about how they feel about you. if that hasn't been clarified. You are on their mind, this connection is on your mind, and they are in a period of assessment. So it'd be interesting to see what comes back. You can get clarity. Obviously, once they've done that, then there'll be some kind of movement that comes after that. So let's just do some oracle cards to end with, yeah? Janavi, pop your question in the chat. Motivation, pop your question in the chat for an oracle if you would like one. These are really quite straight to the point messages. Janavi, what does Akshay want to say? I knew exactly what I was doing. That's in him being difficult, I think. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I think that's about the most recent. I'll tell you what resonates for you, Janabi, with that. It may, I know you're very intuitive, it may ring differently for you. And I can't stop thinking about you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I can't stop thinking about you. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Motivation. How does Smith feel about me? Regarding love. I'm sorry about that, Janavi. It's so draining, I think, for you. It's really hard to keep going when it's like a heavy weight, I often think, in these situations. Walking around with a broken heart and no one knows. Ooh, I'm going to keep this. So, yeah, Naresh, I get you. Motivation, this is for you. This is Smith. I hide behind material things. Let me know how these resonate for you guys. I feel you leaving me behind. Some insecurity there. I want to be more than friends. That's nice. I would read that as some insecurities. True with him, yeah. Hide behind material things. And Naresh, this is for you. You're welcome, motivation. And then I'll make this my last one. Naresh, this is for you. So many things remind me of you. I remember every detail of that day. I bury myself in work to forget you. Are you in no contact, Naresh? Seems like no contact kind of energy. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the live there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Motivation. Thank you, Janavi, for your help as always. Super appreciated. And I will be back to normal time on Friday. So, but I'll confirm exactly, but it'll be probably around like 1 p.m. GMT. So there we go, Naresh, yeah. So love and light, guys. Hopefully I'll catch you on Friday. Take care. Thanks, Anne. See you soon. Thank you, Naresh. Lots of love. Have a good Thursday and see you Friday.